Hello everyone, welcome to Untitled Science, and today in this video I will be talking about the transit of Venus into the sign of Virgo. On 24th of September 2022, Venus has already entered the sign of Virgo, and this transit will be till 19th of October 2022. And then Venus will leave Virgo and it will enter its Mula Trikona sign Libra. But for next 25 days, when Venus is transiting through the sign of Virgo, we have to understand that Virgo is the debilitation sign for Venus. So next 25 days or so we need to be very careful regarding our partnership, our relationship. If you are married, then your spouse and your health of your spouse, and most essentially how you link with other people, how you bind with other people, because Venus rules over relationship. Now relationship means does not mean between a boy and a girl. It can be between any kind of bonding or any kind of linkage between any two people. How you bind with other people, how you understand the love and affection of other people, how you are compassionate for others, that is also Venus. Because don't forget that Venus exalts in the sign of Pisces, which is the sign of compassion, creativity and universal love. That is the place where Venus exalts, and just opposite to Pisces is the sign of Virgo, which is the earthy sign, which is ruled by Mercury, which talks about logic, critical analysis. Virgo is the sign which has the energy to differentiate between two things: true, false, right, wrong. There is nothing in between. It can be either this way or that way. There is nothing in between. So this is the sign, this is the energy where Venus suffers. The energy of Venus suffers because Venus has the tendency to love, give love and get love. That is the type of compassion, empathy, sympathy we talk about. And that is the reason when Venus comes through this earthy terrain of Virgo, it has to go through that critical analysis of reasoning, logic. Now here Venus feels that where come the logic comes, where come the judgment comes when we love someone. Because when we truly love someone, we cannot judge. The moment you start judging someone, there is no love, because now you are talking about certain things, you are talking about certain qualities which may go with you, which may not go with you, correct? This is the time. For next 25 days we need to be very careful that certain things will come up in front of you, or certain things can come up in front of some other people also regarding you, means which includes every one of us, means which includes everyone. Now what are the things? That will depend upon which houses Venus rules in your chart. That will depend upon the horoscope, that will depend upon the ascendant. During this particular time, the sign of Virgo will be a bit crowded because Sun has already entered the sign of Virgo. Mercury is in its retrograde motion, and now Venus has already entered the sign of Virgo on 24th. So three planets are transiting through the sign of Virgo. So you can expect some huge energy changes wheresoever the sign Virgo lies in your chart. Certain things, certain significance related to that house will be much more prominent in next 1 month or so. Now whichever house Venus rules in your chart, those energy will show up in the sign of Virgo. It will be a type of interlinking between two houses. Whenever you are comparing that this planet, which is the ruler of certain house, is sitting in that house and getting debilitated, so you can just interlink it. So those kind of energies will be very much prominent. It is not like that Venus rules over relationships, so for every one of us the relationships will be the matter of concern. It can be a matter of concern, but what is the reason behind it? It can be the reason can be financial, the reason can be lack of attention, the reason can be something else, the reason can be some professional issues, some other thing at home. It can be anything. Some issues may come up, may show up, okay. And where we need to be very practical, means here Venus is bound to be practical. Now Since Venus and Sun will be close in degree, because Venus will be combusted during this particular transit, and you can understand that some ego battles can be there. Means we may feel that some judgment or critical analysis can show up, and where we can feel that yes, in order to prove our self-worth, in order to prove our own statements correct, there can be some ego battles, there can be some ego matters coming in front of you and your partner or any person you are linking with or you are binding with. Okay, this kind of things can come. One thing which is good is that now Mercury is retrograding back longitude wise. Last time I made a video on retrogression of planets and how they work. So if you have any confusion regarding how the retrograde planet works, please watch that video, and it is just before last time only I made it, so you will find it in my channel, and you will understand that why the retrogression of planets works in a different way. Because there are many statements, many one line or two liners you will find in internet, but retrogression is a big thing. In fact, it is a very big matter to understand. Okay, so now you can see that Mercury is going back in its retrograde motion, if you can see the longitudinal degrees, and very soon Venus and Mercury will be very near to each other. And on 2nd of October 2022, Mercury is turning direct. That will be the exact time when Venus and Mercury will be very very close to each other, and Mercury will start its direct motion. So whole of this 25 days, Sun will be a bit ahead, but Mercury and Venus will be very close to each other. Now this will have different kinds of consequences. If we talk about Sun, yes, due to the presence of Sun and the close vicinity of Sun and Venus, Venus will be combusted. That is okay, and we can deal with it by when we talk about loving someone beyond any logic, loving someone beyond anything in return. Only by that nature, only by that compassion, we can win over our ego. Because when we think that yes, in his happiness I am happy, in her happiness I am happy, when we feel this kind of energies, the ego does not come in front. But this is the time when Venus, since it is debilitated, so those matters may be a matter of concern now. That when you may feel that what about my happiness, what am I even getting in this relationship. So this kind of questions will be very much coming up in front of you. It may provoke you at times, but don't forget, since Mercury will be transiting along with Venus, it will be blessing. Okay, because it will be just like a cancellation of debilitation. A Nich Bhang will be working at the same time, but Nich Bhang works in a way that first it will give you the results of debilitation, and then it will give you the solution how to work on it. So that means this Mercury will be working like a problem solver for you. First the problem will come in front of you, some criticalities may come in front of you where you may feel that yes, I need to work on these things, and then this Mercury will definitely help you out to solve the problems. Because sometimes we need to take some hard step in order to make our future much more brighter, correct? And that practical approach, outlook will be given to you by Mercury during this particular transit. So it will depend, as I said, that the problems because the planet is getting debilitated, so yes, something or the other will show up in front of you, correct? But the reasons can be different. The reasons will depend upon your own horoscope, and it will also depend upon which dasa you are running, which planet they are transiting over. Because don't forget, Sun, Mercury, Venus, 3 planets in the sign of Virgo. Now suppose, think about those people who already have Sun, Venus, Mercury in the sign of Virgo. Why I emphasize on this particular fact? Because Sun, Venus, Mercury are these 3 planets they are always near to each other. In any horoscope you see, they are very near to each other. Sometimes Venus go ahead of Sun, sometimes Sun go ahead of Venus, sometimes you will find Mercury behind of Venus or Sun. Okay, these are the three planets. Normally they are very close in vicinity. Now suppose someone has in their chart, in their horoscope, Venus, Mercury and Sun in the sign of Virgo, and now this transit is happening, so it will impact them more. And by any chance any of the planetary dasas gets connected with this particular sign, so they may feel that yes, this 25 days I need to be more active, I need to be more considerate, I need to be more at times they may feel that yes, problems are coming, but I need to be more practical and work on certain things and find the solution, because they will be bound to do that, because now the time has come that you cannot leave it alone, you have to work on it and get the solution. That is what this particular transits are all about. And this is the reason you see, just after the debilitation of Venus, Venus enters its Mulo Trikona sign Libra. Libra is second from Virgo. Now second house is always the immediate receivings of the first house. This is the basics of Vedic astrology I am talking about. Second house is the immediate receiving of the first house. Okay. Now if Virgo is the first house, then Libra becomes the second house. So that means what are the things which Venus goes through the sign of Virgo? That is the time when Venus, when it enters the sign of Libra, it understands that my own beauty is within me. I don't need anyone to say me that whether I am beautiful or not. I don't need anyone to say me that how I look. That is the reason you will find that the moment Venus enters the sign of Libra, those people are very much confident when they deal with other people, how they deal with in the relationship or in the society or in the social gathering. They are very confident. They know that yes, they are self-worthy no matter what. Okay, so this is the time, this is the transition where we learn many things, and those mistakes will be a linchpin in order to get the success in upcoming days. So this 25 days you have to take it in a very positive manner, because you see certain things needs to happen in order to understand that how strong the bonding is. These are the challenges, these are the tests which we must go through in order to understand that how much do I love someone or how much they really love me. Because this is the challenge. If both of you passes this challenge successfully, then you will understand that yes, the bonding is eternal, the bonding is blessed by God. Okay, so this kind of transits are blessing in disguise. You must take it in this way. Yes, certain things will come up. I am not saying that it will be a cakewalk. No, never. Certain things will come up and you have to look through the glass and you have to understand that. And one more thing, before judging someone, first understand that under which condition that person is bound to do anything which you don't like. It's sometimes we say that look through the glass. Okay, you are looking through the glass, the person is in the other side. Think about the condition, think about the situation, and then that is what when that intelligence of Mercury will come, that analytical intelligence of Mercury will come. It will help you out to understand the problems and then find the solutions. Okay, but yes, definitely it will depend upon horoscope to horoscopes, and it will have different kinds of energy for every one of us. Okay, so anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links from the description section. You can directly mail me through my email ID, and you can also get connected with my Facebook or Instagram accounts. Okay, and if you are new to this channel, it is my request to every one of you, please subscribe to the channel and press the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. And your comments are always welcome to me. your viewpoints, your opinions are a source of inspiration for me, so do write down in the comment box regarding how you liked this video. And now I will talk about the all the 12 ascendant signs and how this transit of Venus is going to impact you in a different manner depending upon from the ascendant signs, and you can also check it from your moon sign. Okay, so starting with the Aries ascendant. For the Aries ascendant, Venus rules your second house and seventh house. So that means Venus rules your wealth, family, your family values, your savings, your investments. Okay, your basically wealth, money, and your relationship, your partnership. How you feel very good about bonding with other people, your relationship, your partner, your spouse. Okay, that planet Venus is transiting through your sixth house in the sign of Virgo and getting debilitated. So I will say that this is not a very good time to take any kind of financial decisions. Certain family values or certain family matters may be a point of disturbance for you. Okay, so this is a time when I will definitely advise you that don't go into any kind of difference of opinion or any kind of disputes between you and your family members or any kind of family matters. And if we talk about wealth and finance, then this is a time when you should not get into any kind of unnecessary expenditures and stay away from any kind of disputes between you and your nearby people, because Mercury, although it is exalted in the sixth house, but Mercury will be in conjunction with Venus, and Mercury is your third lord. So this is also a time when you should not get into any kind of difference of opinion between you and your siblings or neighborhood, okay, or anyone in your daily contact. Now, if I talk about the seventh house context, then I will say you that during this particular time you need to be very careful regarding the health of your spouse and how you are dealing with your relationship matters, your partnership. It can be your business partnership also, like suppose if you are in any kind of trade contract with some other people. Okay, so be very careful regarding how you are dealing with your partner, your marriage partner, your spouse, or your, suppose if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, so be very careful regarding that. Don't say or don't act in such a manner which may make the other person feel critical of you, or at the same time you also try to avoid to judge the situation critically rather than try to solve the problem and find the solution for anything. Okay, suppose any matter comes in front of you in that particular manner. And this is also a time when you need to be very careful regarding your health, because three planets will be transiting in your sixth house. It is a very good time to work on your daily schedule, do some exercises, do some meditation, and this will also be helpful in your daily routines and your schedule. Try to be a bit more disciplined and punctual, because sun is also transiting through your sixth house. It will not only help you in your daily work routines, but also it will help you get connected in your job life. Yes, since Venus is debilitated now, stay away from any kind of conflicts between you and your co-workers, your colleagues specifically. Just focus on your work and complete it, and just a matter of 25 days. Okay, so that's it for the Aries ascendant people. Now let us talk about the Taurus ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, Venus is the Lagna lord itself, and Venus also rules your sixth house, and it is getting debilitated in your fifth house. Now you have to understand that since Venus is the Lagna lord, it is the first lord. First lord means it rules over your health, your personality, means what you are basically. That is the first lord, and it is getting debilitated. So this is the time when you need to be very careful regarding your health. You need to take care regarding your health, because since it is also the lord of your sixth house deals with disease. That is okay. Sixth house also deals with our ability to overcome the disease. You need to be very careful regarding that also. It is disease, okay, but it is also your ability to fight the disease. It is your ability to fight the challenges, any kind of competition, and that planet is getting debilitated. So during this particular time you should not get into any kind of unnecessary disputes or unnecessary things which can harm your health. Okay, just focus on good management, good routine, follow proper punctuality, because fifth house is also the house of management. how we manage our decisions. Okay, planning, that is also fifth house. So you need to be very careful regarding that, because certain things will come in front of you where you will feel that because of my shortcomings I was unable to face that challenge, I was unable to face that competition. Okay, so certain things will come in front of you where at times you may feel that what am I actually doing. So initially for few days this kind of feelings may come, but later on when this Mercury turns direct and this Mercury and Venus together they march forward, that is the time when you may find some kind of solutions, where you may find, yes, that these are the things I must work upon, and which will ultimately help me out in life, daily life challenges, or how I can plan better in order to get success. Because sixth house is also the house of service, job. So that means during this particular time certain matters may also come in front of you which can disturb your job environment or where you are working. Certain matters may come in front of you which can be a bit more critical or disturbing for you. So those things, this is the time when you need to work on those things. And since Mercury is also transiting over your fifth house, you will be able to find out the solutions. No matter Venus is debilitated, but these three planets, Sun, Mercury and Venus, will look directly onto your 11th house. This is also your time, also a good time when you can work on your creativity, you can work on your talents, means anything which you are good upon, you can work on that, and ultimately you are going to get gains for it, you are ultimately going to get good results for it. Okay, so these are the most important thing. Secondly, since the transit is happening in your fifth house in the sign of Virgo, I will also advise you that you need to take some care regarding your children. Suppose if you have a children, son or daughter, then take care regarding their health, take care regarding how they are planning their life, how they are thinking about their daily life schedule and everything. You can help them out, you can be a guide for them. Okay, so don't think that yes, the things will be solved all of a sudden. You have to take initiative, and that will ultimately give you very good results. So make the most out of it. So that's it for the Taurus ascendant people. For the Gemini ascendant people, Venus rules over your 12th house, Venus rules over your 5th house, and it is transiting along with Mercury and Sun in your 4th house. Now when we talk about fourth house has the significance of mother, happiness, our conveniences, luxury, comfort, nutrition, nourishment. And Venus, apart from Moon, is also a significator of fourth house, because Venus rules over luxury, comforts, pleasure, conveyances, vehicles. Now this Venus is getting debilitated in the fourth house, so that means certain matters related to your home or homely matter will be a thing of disturbance for you. So you may feel that I'm not liking this thing at my home. This kind of situations may come up, means you may feel that this thing at my home or at my homely environment is disturbing me. So this will be a time when you need to work upon it, and you will be able to work upon it, because Mercury, the fourth lord, is also transiting in your fourth house. Yes, since Sun is also transiting over here, so at times there can be some heated arguments at your home. So you need to be very careful regarding that, and more specifically I will advise you that please be very careful regarding the health of your mother. This is the time when you need to be very careful regarding the health of your mother and how you are connecting with your mom, connecting with your mother. Take care regarding her health, take care regarding that what are the things which can make her happy, because this will also act as a blessing. And since Venus is your 12th lord transiting in the 4th house and getting debilitated. So I will say you that this is not a perfect time. Suppose you are thinking about relocation, or suppose you are thinking about changing your residence, then I will say you that this is not a perfect time for this. If you are thinking of relocation or going to some other place, then you must wait for certain thing when Venus comes out of this 4th house, and then you can take that decision. Because since 12th lord Venus is transiting in the 4th house and getting debilitated, so suppose if you are thinking of changing of residence or something like that, try to delay it, try to do it after Venus comes out of its debilitation. Okay. Another thing is that any talent or anything which is related to Venus, like suppose it can be singing, dancing, painting, creativity, beautification, renovation. Specifically when you are talking about home, it can be beautification of home or renovation. So anything may get your eye, means you may feel that, oh, this is not good. So this kind of things can happen. So you can work out and make it beautiful. You can, and you may feel that it is taking my time and patience. You may feel like that at times, but trust me, if you work on it, you will get the good results. And since Venus is also your 5th lord getting debilitated in the 4th house, and 4th house is 12th from the 5th house, so this is a time when you need to be very careful regarding your children, also health of your children. Okay, be very careful regarding that. Okay, so that's it for the Gemini ascendant people. Now let us talk about the Cancer ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, Venus rules over very important houses, because Venus is the 4th lord and Venus is the 11th lord, and that Venus is getting debilitated in the 3rd house. So that means the planet which rules over your happiness, your luxuries, which rules over your desires, your fulfillment of desires, your gains, your income, now it is getting debilitated in the 3rd house. So you need to be very careful regarding that also. It means that during this particular time, I would advise that any kind of short travels should be avoided. Now since it is transiting in the 3rd house, so you may be forced to or bound to get into some long distance travel, in some kind of relocation, or you may feel that I need to travel, or I am traveling to some far away place, and at the same time you may feel that I am not liking this travel. You may feel at times you may be very nostalgic and homesick. Okay. Now since it is happening in the 3rd house, and 3rd house is also the house of communication, so how you are dealing with other people, specifically the people of daily contact, your siblings, your friends, anyone in your neighborhood, be careful how you are dealing with them. Okay, because Mercury, the significator of speech and communication, will be also transiting in your 3rd house. So at times you may feel that yes, I can talk with those people, but since Venus is debilitated, so it may land you in some kind of critical judgment. Okay, so make sure that you are dealing with some proper conversations, and then only you are getting into any kind of communication with other people. Okay, regarding that you need to be very careful. Another thing is that any matter related to your home may concern you during this particular time, but since Venus is transiting in the 3rd house, so you may feel that this is a very important matter of concern, but I am unable to solve it. So this kind of situations may come, so you may feel a bit struggle, because 3rd house is also the house of efforts and struggle. So you may feel that I need to put more efforts in order to get things done, in order to get things done with respect to my happiness. Okay, and since it is also 11th lord transiting in the 3rd house, so that means at times you may feel that my goals, my ambitions, my desires are not getting fulfilled by the efforts which I am doing. So this is a very good time, I will say, to look around your actions and efforts. You may also feel that the things which I am doing, is it enough or not? So this is a time when you can work on your efforts more practically and get the things done. Because don't forget, this Venus after 25 days will transit through your 4th house of happiness. So more you are working on your actions, your efforts and hard work, after 25 days you are going to get good results regarding that. Okay, so make the most out of it for this transit for the Cancer ascendant people. Okay, for the Leo ascendant people, Venus rules over your 3rd house and your 10th house, and this Venus is transiting in your 2nd house of wealth. This is a very important transit for the Leo ascendant people, I will say, because Venus also significates wealth, liquid wealth, okay, and money basically. Because don't forget that Venus rules over the original 2nd house of the natural zodiac, Taurus. So Venus significates also wealth, and that Venus is transiting in your 2nd house itself, getting debilitated. It is your 3rd lord and your 10th lord. So first of all, I will say you that since it is your 3rd lord getting debilitated, during this particular time, I will say that try to avoid any kind of short travels. This is the first thing I will say you. Second thing, what are the things which you are thinking that you can communicate with your family members, or any matter related to your family or finance or your wealth, which you may try to communicate with your family members? Okay, you need to be very careful regarding that, because there can be a situation that can lead to some kind of disputes or difference of opinion. You need to be very careful regarding that. You need to also be very careful regarding any kind of communications with respect to your professional environment, because Venus also rules over your 10th house. That 10th lord Venus, which is also your 3rd lord, getting debilitated in the 2nd house. So how you are communicating with your professional environment, that can be with your superiors, authorities, or the people in and around your professional outset, and how you are communicating with them, you need to be very careful regarding that. Because don't forget, you say something and later on you may feel that I shouldn't have said it. Okay, so regarding that you need to be very careful. Another thing is that certain matters related to your profession, you may feel that I'm not liking it. You may feel like that. Okay, so those things will catch your eye. You will feel that I need to work on it, or you may not like certain things related to your office. You may not like certain things related to your authorities. Okay, so this is not a time to get into any kind of arguments, because don't forget, it is just a span of 25 days, and then Venus will come out of its debilitation, and then you can get much more better results. But now try to avoid this kind of situations, and also try to avoid any kind of unnecessary expenditures also, because Venus is also your because Venus is transiting in your 2nd house. Okay, so at times you may feel that that I'm not getting happiness out of it, let me buy it, some other thing, maybe I will get happiness in those things. Okay, so try to avoid it. Any kind of unnecessary expenditures can be avoided during this particular time. Okay, for the Virgo ascendant people, Venus is your 9th lord, Venus is your 2nd lord, and getting debilitated in the 1st house. So first of all, this is a time when you need to be very much active regarding your own personality development, regarding your own health care. This is the first thing, because see, normally what happens when Venus gets debilitated in the 1st house for the Virgo ascendant people, we normally be very much cautious about relationships and all, but we forget that we also need to be very careful regarding how we are developing our own personality. And you will be able to do it, because your 1st lord Mercury will be transiting through the 1st house along with Sun. Now this Sun will also help you out to be more disciplined and punctual. But yes, since Venus will be combusted in the 1st house, it can also give you that a huge ego. At times you may feel that whatever I am doing and whatever I am thinking, it is correct. You may feel at times. So you need to keep aside that ego and then work on your own own things, means self development will be the best thing which I will say, because at times you may be very critical, means it can be critical regarding your choices, it can be very critical regarding your own looks, your own personality, but I will say that take it in a more positive manner and work on it, that what are the things which can be really good for you. Think about it, work on it, and then it will give you much more better results. Most essentially, when you complete anything, any work with proper discipline and punctuality, that gives us extra sort of confidence. So don't allow anyone else to point it to you that these are the things which you are not doing correctly. Okay, before they say, just do it with your discipline and punctuality, and you will feel that yes, that extra source of confidence is coming within you, and that will help you out in your other work sector also. Because don't forget that Venus is your ninth lord, which is getting debilitated. So initially you may feel that my luck and fortune is not supporting me. Initially you may feel that that whatever teachings I am getting from my father or guru, I am not able to apply those things in my life, or I am not getting anything out of it. Okay, initially you may feel like that, but trust me, slowly and gradually you will feel that yes, I need to be more punctual and disciplined, and then the blessings and fortune will follow you. Yes, don't get into any kind of difference of opinion with your father or guru during this particular time. Try to follow their orders, try to follow their rules and regulations laid down by your elders. That will really be very helpful to you. Okay, so that's it for the Virgo ascendant people. For the Libra ascendant people, this transit of Venus is happening in the 12th house, and Venus is your 8th lord, and Venus is also your first lord. It is your Lagna lord, transiting through the 12th house and getting debilitated. So this is the very important time when you need to be very careful regarding your health. This is the first thing, because transit wise it is debilitated, and that is also in the 12th house. You need to be very careful regarding your health. This is the first thing. Second thing is that this is a very good time to get along into any kind of spiritual activities, because don't forget, normally when sun transits through the 12th house, it gives a person very spiritual outlook. Mercury is your 9th lord, transiting in the 12th house in the as the 12th lord. Venus, the Lagna lord, transiting in the 12th house. So you can expect that certain things of spirituality will attract you, will make you much more interested. Yes, at times you may feel that since Venus is debilitated, it is only because of Venus is debilitated, you may feel that leave me alone, let me do all things in solitude. But the moment you get alone, you may feel that, oh, I'm so much lonely. This kind of feelings may come. So one easy way is that engage yourself in some kind of productive works. This Venus, Mercury and Sun can allow you to work on your own creative talents, creativity in solitude. So you can jot down your work in a piece of paper, and you may think that in a day, what are the things which I will be able to complete. By this way you will be able to beat down that feeling of loneliness, and you will be able to work on your weaknesses. It will also empower you, but during all those things you need to be also be very careful regarding your health. Take care regarding your health, have some ample amount of sleep and rest. That will help you out. Since 8th lord is transiting in the 12th house and getting debilitated, so I will say you that initially for certain amount of time you may feel that the things which I am doing, I am not getting a solution for it, but later on as the time goes by you will find some kind of solution. Yes, one more thing, all of a sudden some long distance journey can be possible during this particular time. Okay, chances are there that it can be some solo travel or with any one of your elders. Okay, some journeys are seen during this particular time. So that's it for the Libra ascendant people. Take care regarding your health. Okay, for the Scorpio ascendant people, Venus will be transiting in your 11th house and getting debilitated, and Venus is your 12th lord, Venus is your 7th lord. So most important part here is that you need to be very careful regarding your partnership, your relationship, health of your spouse. This is the most important thing. Since 7th lord transiting in the 11th house, although it is getting debilitated, but by the virtue of this transit, I will say you that you may get some kind of ideas of how you can have multiple gains from your spouse, or your spouse can be the reason which can point out certain things in your life which, if you follow properly, can help you out in your multiple gains. Like suppose certain matters which are not coming in front of me, but my spouse can understand, my partner can understand, my partner can point out those things in front of me, that these are the shortcomings, these are the loopholes which you should work upon. So your partner can give you those ideas during this particular time. Yes, at times you may feel that, oh, he or she is very judgmental, he or she is very critically talking with me. You may feel at times like this, but if you can follow those ideas, then that can be really very helpful to you during this particular time. Another thing is that since it is the 11th house and a debilitated planet is transiting, that is also Venus, so how you are dealing with your network circle, you need to be very careful regarding that. Specifically, since it is Venus, and Venus significance women, okay, so how you are dealing with your female friends, okay, you need to be very careful. Means you need to take care regarding them, and you should not get into any kind of difference of opinion or disputes along with them, okay. So you need to be very careful regarding those things. Means your behavior, how you are communicating with them, you need to be very careful regarding that, especially with network circle and your especially the female friends. Another thing, since sun is also transiting, and for the Scorpio ascendant people, sun is the 10th lord, Mercury is the 11th lord, and Venus is the 12th lord getting debilitated. So you will see that certain energies will be very much high, where you need to move to some faraway place in order to search of a new job or new professional upliftment. This kind of situations may come, and where you may feel that I don't want to go there, why am I forced to go there, okay. So this kind of situations may come. So slowly and gradually you will find that the energies are helping you out. These three planets will overall aspect your 5th house, which is a good thing. It will help you out to work on your creative talents. So this is also a time of learning, working hard. Yes, you will not get the results overnight. You will feel that yes, I need to work a lot. So work on it and you will get better results with time, okay. Make the most out of it. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, this transit of Venus is happening in your 10th house, and Venus is your 11th lord, Venus is also your 6th lord, transiting in the 10th house and getting debilitated. So I will say that during this particular time you need to be very careful regarding your daily work life service, work life service in your office or your office environment. You should not get into any kind of confusion or conflicts between your co-workers or colleagues, and just try to follow the orders of your superiors, because at times you may feel that why am I actually doing all these things, okay, because certain things will be very much critical to you. Means you may feel that this is not correct or this is not good. So I will say that it is just a span of 25 days and you can work on it in a much more better manner. Yes, since the 11th lord is getting debilitated in the 10th house, so you may feel that even I am working so hard, I am not getting the results which actually I deserve. You may feel like that, but don't forget, after 25 days this Venus, which is also your 11th lord, will transit through the 11th house, and that time this Venus will give you much more better results. So just follow your hard work and don't go into any kind of unnecessary conflicts between you and your co-workers. Just follow your hard work. And yes, during this particular time you may also feel that my ambitions are not getting fulfilled. It may happen that I am doing so much hard work but I am not getting the results. So just hold on for 25 days. Okay, it will just pass. Okay, and just follow on your work, and slowly, gradually, by day you will find that good results coming in front of you. Okay, so don't hurry on certain things. Another thing is that Venus, Mercury and Sun will directly look onto your fourth house. This is very essential I'm talking about, because at times you may feel that I'm working so hard, I hardly get any time for rest. Okay, so you also need to take care regarding your health also during this particular time, because your sixth lord is getting debilitated. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding that, and more you manage the things in a proper manner, more you are going to get much more better results. So hope for the best. That's it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, Venus is your 10th lord, Venus is your 5th lord, which is transiting in your 9th house and getting debilitated. So this is a time when you may feel that in order with respect to your profession, or in order to complete some work, you need to have some long distance journey, and which you may not like. Okay, this kind of situations may come, and I will also suggest that this is not a good time for any kind of undertaking any kind of long distance travels. Try to avoid it, specifically if it deals with your work, because it may happen that your authority or your superiors may ask you to go to some place with respect to your work, which you may not like. Okay, so this kind of situations may come. Another thing is that since Venus is your fifth lord and it is getting debilitated in the ninth house, so certain suppose if you are associated with education, studies or higher studies, so certain matter related to your studies will be a bit type of conflict for you, that what is the correct thing for me to choose. Should I do this, should I do that? So this kind of feelings may come. At times you may feel that I plan so many things but nothing is coming out of it. Means my plannings are just in my thoughts, it is not coming in front of me in reality. So this kind of things may come up in front of you. So this is a time when you can take help from your elders, from your guru, from your father. They can advise you, because here Mercury is your ninth lord transiting along with Venus. So you can take help from them, take advice from them, and ultimately that will be very much helpful for you. Okay, try to avoid any kind of long distance journey during this particular time. And this Venus, Mercury and this Sun will be transiting through the 9th house and looking onto your third house. So that means any kind of new work or new project you want to start, or any kind of new hobby you wanted to start, that you can definitely start. That will really help you out and allow you to put your creativity in some proper manner. Okay, so in that manner that will be very much helpful. So that's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, this transit of Venus is happening in your 8th house, and Venus rules over your 9th house and over your 4th house. That means Venus rules over your happiness, and Venus also rules over your fortune, your divinity. And that planet is getting debilitated in the 8th house. So certain matters related to the health of your parents will come in front of you. So I will say that this is a time when you should be very much careful regarding how you are taking care regarding the health of your parents. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing is that certain matter related to your own emotional happiness will come in front of you. Means you will feel that emotionally, means I'm not getting that peace, I'm not getting that happiness. Certain matters always keeps on hitting my thoughts. Okay, it will, you may feel like that during this particular 25 days. And since it is also your ninth lord getting debilitated, so you will also feel that I'm not getting any way out. I will say that take the things a bit more lightly. Don't get into any kind of overthinking, because 8th house has the energy of making you a bit more into overthinking, because it has that transformative energies, very sudden energies, means you don't know the actual possibility, it is very unpredictable. Okay, so you will just feel that let me do this, let me do that, okay, this kind of situations may come. But I will say you that this is a very good time when you can get along into any kind of spiritual studies. Since ninth lord is getting debilitated in the 8th house, I will just request you that try to follow righteousness, try to follow more of loyalty, try to follow your dharma, your responsibility and duty. That will be a blessing for you. Trust me, because after 25 days, this Venus will transit through your ninth house. That will be the time when you will get the good results of the work which you did now. So it is my request to you that try to follow your responsibility, duty, no matter what happens. No matter you get results now or after 5 days, just follow your duty, just follow your responsibility. You will find that after 25 days, when Venus comes to your ninth house, you will get good results out of it. Some kind of all of a sudden some long distance journey may come in front of you, but I will try to say that I will advise you that if necessary, if it is utmost necessary, then only take the long distance journey, otherwise try to avoid any kind of journeys during this particular time. It is a time when you can work on your own emotional health, on your own health also, physical health and emotional health. You can take some solitude and work on it. It will be very much good for you, because during this particular time, don't forget that Saturn will be, which is transiting in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house, will be aspecting your 9th house. So your 12th house Saturn, and in 8th house this Venus debilitation. So these two houses which deals with spirituality and also our subconscious mind, that is 12th house, and 8th house also deals with our fears, will be much more active during this particular time. So take some time for yourself, work on it. It will not only be helpful in your physical way of living, but also mentally it will give you peace. Okay, so take this time a bit more lightly, and slowly and gradually these 25 days will cross on, and then this Venus, when it enters the sign of Libra in your 9th house, then see the charm, everything will be back to normal and everything will be good. Okay, so make the most out of it. That's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, Venus is getting debilitated in the 7th house, and Venus is your 3rd lord, Venus is your 8th lord, transiting through the 7th house and getting debilitated. This transit has to be taken a bit more carefully. See, first of all, since Venus is 8th lord transiting through the 7th house, so certain matters related to your married life will pop up, where you need to take some extra responsibility in order to make those things correct. But now it is debilitated. So what will happen? Those matters will come in front of you, and initially you may feel that I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what is the solution. So those kind of situations may come in front of you, and that can lead to some kind of difference of opinion between you and your partner. Now that can be your legal partner, your business partner, or it can be means your spouse. Means suppose if you are in a relationship between like a boyfriend or girlfriend, it can be like that also. So any kind of relationship which you are in, that can be between any two people, correct? Means your idea of linking with other people, your idea of bonding with other people, that will be impacted. So at times you may feel that with whomever I am talking, or with whomever I am trying to link with, I am getting problems, because in your 3rd house, where Venus is Venus has the lordship over your 3rd house. In that 3rd house, in the sign of Taurus, Mars is transiting. So obviously it will give you that fearful communication strength. Okay, but that Venus is getting debilitated in the 7th house, and 7th house means the other people, the masses. So at times you may feel that I'm getting problem in dealing with other people. So you may feel like that. So I will say that be very tactful, be very practical, and try to find out the things which will actually solve your problem, because you will be able to do it. Because don't forget, Mercury is also your 7th lord transiting in the 7th house along with Venus. Yes, Sun is transiting over here, so I will say that keep aside your ego and be more cooperative towards your spouse. Be very easy whenever the word cooperation comes, because sometimes helping out someone else becomes very easy, and sometimes taking the help of someone becomes very difficult. I mean it. It becomes very easy to help someone, but when you actually need the help, our ego comes in front of me, in front of us, where we may feel that why should I take help from him or her? That hesitation may come in front of you during this particular time. So try to keep away that ego, try to keep away that hesitation. Don't hesitate to cooperate others, don't hesitate to take cooperation from others if necessary. That will bring the two people more closer, that will move out any kind of differences, and ultimately it will give you much more better results. Okay, by this way, this transit of Venus, if you can work on these things, it will give you much more better results. Because don't forget that after 25 days Venus is going to leave Virgo, and it will come into your 8th house in its own sign, Libra. So that time it will be much more beneficial for you. But now you need to be very careful that you don't go into any kind of arguments or unnecessary disputes. Just take it very lightly. Okay, so that's it for the Pisces ascendant people, and hope you like this video. And if you have really liked this video, then press the like button, share it to your near and dear ones, and do write down below that how you like this video. Your opinions and your comments are very essential and very important to me. It's a source of inspiration for me. Okay, and anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links in the description section. You can directly mail me through my email ID and get connected with my Facebook or Instagram accounts. Okay, and if you are new to this channel, then tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. So that's it for now, and next time when I come back, I will be coming back with some another interesting video. So thanking you, I'm signing off for today. Bye bye.